The first anime movie I ever watched was a movie called The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. At least that's what the English translation says. This movie changed my perspective on anime. Right? How did it do that? Let me explain. Back in the day when I was like really small, the only anime I ever watched was Naruto, right? And it was okay, like I was enjoying it for the most part, but things got a little too complicated by the end of the show, and it was really dragging me out of the fun part of just seeing comedy. It got really serious towards the end, and I wasn't enjoying it as much. And I kind of saw other shows like Bleach and some other shows that I forgot the name of, and these were kind of the same formula like Naruto. There's a team and they fight bad guys, and seeing that kind of made me lose interest in anime altogether, right? My only small string attached to anime was me drawing. I like to draw anime, and that was the only thing that kept me connected to anime for the longest time. And here, one day I was bored and I wanted to watch a movie. And I was like, why not watch an anime movie? Because I heard that anime movies are great, and all that hype that was being built around anime movies, especially Studio Ghibli and all that stuff. So I just searched like an anime movie on YouTube, and I found this movie called The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. It was on YouTube. The full movie was on YouTube. Someone posted it. I don't know if it's still there or not, but I found it on YouTube and I watched it. Right? I thought I'll just watch the first 10 minutes and probably just close it and get on with my life as usual. But this movie was just something else. Let me tell you, this movie was like, it was my first anime movie, and it's still my favorite anime movie of all time. Like, you might say Your Name, or there are other movies out there, you might say that that's better, and I accept, I agree, but personal preference, it goes to this movie. This movie it's just what I like, romance, but with a touch of sci-fi. Now, this might be more than just a touch of sci-fi. It's more like a big grabbing of sci-fi, because she literally travels through time and travels in the past multiple times. Right? So let me just explain what the movie is about. There's a high school, and there's this girl, and she has her friends group, which is these two guys, right? And what happens is one day she finds this device or something that gives her the ability to travel to the past, right? She doesn't know about it, but that's what happens. And one day, one of the friends sort of starts to like her and starts to propose her, right? Like confesses his feelings to her, and she gets uncomfortable because they were, childhood friends. She wants the friendship to last forever or something like that. And she just gets really scared, and I don't really remember what happens, but she jumps and goes back to time, like to the past, and she realizes that she can again come to that exact moment and try to change, make things work out differently the next time, right? Like going back to the past, you want to change the way things happened before, so that there's no conflict between the two, right? She didn't want to reject her friend. At the same time, she didn't want the friendship to end, basically. So what happens is she tries to address the situation in many different ways, but she just can't escape his confession. Like, she wants to avoid him, and she does avoid him for the longest period of time, like trying to not get the confession out of him. But he still the friend is very what do you say? He's very pushy. Like, he wants to confess, right? He doesn't want to keep his feelings tied towards him on the inside. So this guy that tries to confess to her is this super super jock, cool dude in school. He's not exactly the type that you would not like. Like, he's not a bully. He's the kind of guy that you are very you like him, and you don't want to like him, but you still like him, right? He's a good guy. He protects you. He's strong. He's good at every sport, and he just has that nice physique, and he looks cool as well. So he's like one of those cool guys, and he falls in love with her, and she just doesn't want him to confess because she likes him being a friend. Like there's three people, there's another guy, and they three are this friendship. They have this friendship triangle where they were friends for the longest time. The third guy doesn't really like her. Like the third guy is strong. Like they're friends. He does not like her. But the other guy, the cool guy, he definitely likes her and wants to really be with, confess, right? But she doesn't want him to do that, and she keeps avoiding it the entire time until the ending is very, very it's the end that goes it makes you sad, because when you realize that a lot of things happen, there's so many twists in the end. There's a timeline where one of the friend dies because she couldn't warn him about something, or it's kind of like her fault that one of the friend dies, and she can't go back in time because she's used all of her power. And there are a lot of sad moments in the movie. And forgive me if I cannot remember much because this was a long time ago, but if I remember correctly, the jock guy, the cool guy, he was the one who was from the future, and he was the one who brought the time machine back into the past, and mistakenly he lost it, and she's the one who found it. So it's his time machine, and he sort of tells it to her in the end after realizing that she's the one who has the time machine with her. And sort of he goes on to this entire explanation phase where he explains everything on why he's in the past and all this other stuff. And he was stuck in the past without the time machine, and he thought he'll just be there, and he confesses his feelings to her and all that. And I don't know if he's a childhood friend of her. I remember mentioning that he's a childhood friend. He might not be a childhood friend. I guess it's just they were friends for a year or two. But yeah, in the end, it gets really sad. I don't know why. Me explaining what happens to you in the end might not really feel sad, but if you watch it on your own, it's really sad. But it's also good at the same time. It feels refreshing and it feels nice. There's hope, right? Even though it ends in this weird. But yeah, it was a good movie, and it kind of moved me, right? I wasn't expecting to be sad watching this movie, and I was not expecting these kind of emotions out of a cartoon anime movie, and it changed my perspective. So you should try and watch this movie just to understand what I mean. Just go with an open mind, forget you watched other movies, and try watching this movie on your own, and make your own decision about what you think about this movie. And I'll see you on the next video.